Okay, it works. We're good, 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 we're good. Alright. Over here. Shit. Everything is moving. Um, Pretty much counter of what we're supposed to be doing. So, as you could tell yesterday, um, this is what I was expecting yesterday, right? And everything that what we were looking for, right? This little move here, um, I had it marked it as this move here. So this was the entry for it to then continue to go up, but gave us a red hammer and then went down. So, and now price continues to go down. So it hasn't really been, and I have circled up the wicks or the candles with no top wicks, stuff like that as well. That I started marking recently on my charts. Um, but again, for the people who don't know what the wicks are but understand gaps, is the same thing. A candle with no top wick is pretty much the same thing as a gap in the market. Let me see if I can find an example, cause Euro USD, cause it looks different. It looks different on MT4 the way it looks on TradingView. So yesterday, for example, right, you see how we have um this candle here with no top wick. If you go on MT4, right, if we see what that wick is or what that no wick candle is, it's a gap here, right, which was yesterday. So we already know that price has to come up and cover this in the market. Now, does it have to do it today? Does it have to do it right away? It doesn't, right? If you go back to TradingView, if we go back on, this was yesterday, Monday, on Thursday, right? We have two gaps here in the or two wicks, two candles with no wicks. And if you go back right here, right, you have the gaps here in the market. Now, the difference is that this gap was technically already filled with this little wick that went up, but it still looks ugly, right? So there's still, I'm still expecting, well, first of all, Euro USD, I'm expecting it to go up, but before it goes up, I am expecting a pullback, right? We had 3 weeks already. On the third week, gave us a rice drop. So today it could be one of those things where, or this week, it could just be a pullback week, and I'll probably be expecting a pullback somewhere around this area. Be expecting a pullback somewhere around this area. So there's still a little bit more to go. And as you could tell, there's a gap here, no bottom wick, and this is in a lower time frame. Same thing here, bottom gap, or there's a gap here. So you got to be patient with it, right? Like we already knew, like this month itself, the first week. Think about it. We're 5-0. I haven't taken a trade since the first week of the month, and it this comes with chart vision, and the more you do it, is just it happens where you'll notice where you'll have a really good you could have a really good week or a really good month where the market is actually moving where it's supposed to go, quote unquote. um Once you have that, like a really good week or a good month, to finish that thought, you know that you're gonna come up in a really bad week or a really bad month. And again, it's not bad, quote unquote, because it's still moving, right? It's still doing what it has to do. It's following structure. If you're a structured trader and you trade going both ways, like you don't really care what the overall pattern or whatever it is, the overall move, and you trade downtrend even if we're in an overall uptrend. That's what I don't do. I don't trade counter. But no, if you're a counter trader, you're having a field day these last couple, pretty much this week and last week. Um, so this isn't ready to be used yet, so I'm not gonna use it here. So GBP CHF, we're looking for a new low, because the same thing from last week to this week, right? The pairs that had a week high or a week low last week got disrespected and then just went counter. And the same thing this week. This week, the pairs that have 2 weeks or 2 months, because we're already at the end of the month too, they're being disrespected as well. So you know let's just think about it like this. Today's Tuesday, dude. I'm shocked, dude. Today's Tuesday, right? So yesterday we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There was 9 pairs. Out of those 9 pairs, only 2 of them were like just look for an opportunity. The rest, third week, third week, third week, third day, third day. So it's like, you know what I mean? We have a lot of pairs to look at, but the problem isn't, do we have the pairs or are they moving the way we're anticipating them to move? So that's the whole thing, right? So I'll give you the example, like, and where we are in the pattern as well. For some pairs, some pairs are literally in peak high or peak low, or they're moving crazy. We thought they were in level one, making the first zone, but realistically speaking, they just shot right back down, or they shot right back up to peak high or peak low. So just the example for here, we're in peak low territory, right? We're in peak low looking for, well, this one is different than my MT4. On MT4, I still have peak low, but here we can see we're just at the bottom of consolidation of this. I don't know why my MT4 looks different than TradingView, but either way, let's put that we're in peak low territory, right? We're still at the low of consolidation. So where we're at looks good, because we are looking for price to continue pushing up. So man, all right. So GJ, so GJ is one that we could continue looking for today. This is definitely one that's not going to be that bad to look at. Now the problem is, where are we going? Um, as you could tell, we had, let's just clear what we have from today and yesterday. So we had this candle that was covered already. Now from any candles here that have no bottom wick, right? This is the only one that's left. Right, we have this one, we have this one, and I'm not gonna go that much more back, right? And then if we go look at the ones that have no top wicks, there isn't none right now. Right, we had one here that was covered already with the push here, this pullback, which is the retest of this break. All right, this is in the 15-minute time frame. And then boom, broke up, and it started giving us a pullback and a retest. So now it gave us that retest. Now the only problem I have with this right now is if we market the way we need to market, we have just this high, right? So we're trading between this high and this low. pretty much trading between here and here. Why did am I bugging? What's going on here? How did this one switch to green? Did I not switch it to red? I probably got the wrong one. Anyway, so we're trading between the zone here. So the other thing I don't really like about this, I might just skip this pair right now, is the 800 EMA. So this might just be a skip for me, to be honest, until we get some type of structure to go, that tells me we're gonna continue going down. Because right now, like, this really does look overall like we're gonna go up right now. Right, we had pretty much, right, we had the engulfing green move, right, the engulfing candle going top. We got a little pullback, right? This is a retest pretty much of this zone here to then continue to go up. So we're looking at something like this. We're looking at, how do I draw this? We'll draw it like this. We had, at one point we were lower low, lower high, or I'm drawing all the way from here to here. So then here we had price fell right back down for it to then do this pretty much, and then this is where we're at. Right, if I'm looking at it like this, right, this is a break of the complete move, which it is. We closed above this entire zone, and now we're retesting the zone, right? And that retest could happen anywhere here. I'm not gonna put that really high once it technically it's already used, right? So we'll just start from down here, which is what we just retested. So we know that we could get a retest anywhere from here to here, right? For this to continue to go up, and this makes sense because now we look at it like this, like, okay, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, right? It retested with the wick. I'm sorry, lower low, and then boom, higher high, right here, right? Higher high, created one little, red wick here, higher low, and then boom, higher high. Consolidation, inside this consolidation, you have higher low, lower high, equal, low, higher high, right? Little zone, and then boom, higher high, higher low. So if we decide to just retest and continue to go up, I could expect that to happen. But then also if it goes down, I could see that happening. GJ is just one of those pairs where, you know what I mean? It could literally do whatever the fuck it wants. Especially with the 800 EMA being here, I mean, if you just look at price, look how it's reacting. Right? At one point we were trending really beautifully, right? Making every single type of pattern in the world. So then all of a sudden we're like, okay, let's start trapping traders. We're making higher highs, higher lows, but while we're making higher highs and higher lows, we're still going down. Right? So this is probably one I'll just skip on today. So GJ did that analysis. We have NZD USD. What are we looking for here? Let me see. NZD USD, we're at the bottom of consolidation. We have 2 weeks of rise on the third week last week. We didn't give us a new high. We ended up going down. And then 30-minute, we just have 1 day of rise. Why the hell did I have this on for? There's something here that I just didn't notice. NZD USD. Let me see. We're looking for price to bounce off of where? 200. Right now we're right below it. 74 pips is ADR. We did 33. Did half. Kiro, my brother. Good morning, man. Long time no see. Hope you had a good weekend, bro. Alright, so NZD USD I'm gonna skip for now. We'll wait. Reason being, I mean, it's not a bad trade to look at. It's not a bad pair. If we break above these highs, we know what we're looking for. If we break above these highs, right, we'll be looking for price to retest, continue going up. But again, the 800 EMA plays a big role in this. I'm never comfortable trading at this point in the market. When the 800 EMA is this close to where I'm supposed to be taking a trade at, because price could easily break, right? It's on the 800 already, and then it continues to go down. So as long as 800 EMA is in play in any of these pairs, I'm not gonna fuck with them. Let me save profile here. You're streaming on different platforms? Not really. I have, my Twitch and my Kick channel still, but I don't play any games or anything anymore. So I haven't been streaming on there. I wanted to. I know I talked about that I wanted to start, but I just don't. Just video games don't really entertain me like they used to anymore. So it's not something that I really want to do, you know what I mean? But usually, like, if I'm not streaming on here, if I want to stream like gaming, I'll do it on Twitch. Let's see if I could catch a trade today. Would be really great. But it is only Tuesday, so we have all week. I'm gonna keep my eye on GJ. Problem with, we'll just stick with that. Let's see. I'll break it down again now. You get comfortable. And then looking at at these indexes, right? Like even yesterday was funny because trying to trade this yesterday was the best thing I decided to do. Now why is because this shit fucking did the same thing the other pair did, the Euro USD pair. Right? At one point I was like, okay, this could be a type 1 pattern, right? Where we consolidate, break, right, create a double top, and then continue to go down. Is that Hake and Ashy, bro? I don't know what that is, man. So I'm gonna say no. I know it's something that has to do with trading, because I've heard the name before, but I don't know what the hell that is. We have this high broke. Give me like 2 minutes to mark this really quickly. And boom, we had a change of character. This change of character gave us the high and this low. And this low broke. And this low gave us this low, this high. And then we have this entire zone of indecision. Then boom, gave us another change of character here, which gave us this high and this low, and then gave us another break just now. Right, and then with that break, we have a new high and a new low. Now the problem is we're still in a downtrend, but we're still uptrending. So I don't know where the fuck we're going. Oh my bad. Go on the candle and line change the thing on the top right, top left. Hold on, I'll do it now. Daily time frame. Do we have any candle with no top wicks? No. All of these candles have top wicks. All of them have top wicks up here. So can't say that that's a reasoning. It doesn't work in the 4 hour and it doesn't work in the 15. Alright, so you said go on the candle and line change thing on the top right. Well, top left. Nah, I don't use that. And I wouldn't use this for many reasons. Just one reason already off the bat is I don't think you were here when I was explaining what the no wicks mean in the candles. But if you notice it, like if you go and you use this one, all these candles have no top wicks. Like for the most part, like one, two, three. Right, this one doesn't have one, but it's supposed to. This one doesn't have one, and it's supposed to. All of this don't have one. You'll get faked out trading this shit. I don't really know what the difference is. I mean, it looks just regular, but nah, I don't use that. This is supposed to be for people who are new or are really old and know nothing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they would switch that. I mean, at one point, switching how the candlesticks look, which should just be personal preference. But for example, since I have a rule now with the candles closing with wicks or not, I can't use this because it's I already see, oh, we're gonna get faked out. You know what I mean? It looks clean on the chart, like it looks clean, but it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that much. Take a look at gold and silver. They're supposed to be going down too, but again, nothing is wanting to go the way it needs to go. So silver is one, and gold, or just silver, had like a third month of drop. So I was expecting that to go down this month, but it's just going up, 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 up. So I'm pretty sure there's no way we'll get down there, especially now with the 800 EMA being here. In the last couple days of the month, I don't think so. Silver being on the same boat. So yeah, it looks like really today we only have there's only a few pairs to look at for today. So I'm not expecting it to be a really crazy day. Um, US 30 and S&P, it looks like we're gonna go up. It really does. Just continue to fucking go up to who knows where. But we're going up. That's all that I know. That's all that I could see. And we had this break. This break gave us this high, which is where we're trading. We're trading between this high and we're trading between the high and the low. Right, so this is our trading zone. And if we start looking into our trading zone, like, alright, where do we have no top wicks? Where do we have no bottom wicks? See, this one looks clean. This one has wick, 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 wick. This red one is a little wick. If you zoom in, you can see it right here. So if you start looking, do you have any bottom wicks at the bottom? No, all of them have wicks here. So this is good, right? That means that the candles have strength. They're not indecisive. They know exactly where they want to go, right? It's not until we get down here that we have, no bottom wick here, no bottom wick here. And for the most part, this isn't an indecision. This is just a gap in the middle of the market. And if we go to MT4, that's how that looks. So again, we already know that we're in an overall downtrend. If we're, again, thinking of news, thinking of everything that's happening, following structure. Obviously, structure isn't telling us that we're gonna go down, but it really is. Whenever you have crazy days of US 30 or any indexes that go up like this, we already know we're just collecting pips for us to then collect them going back down. So, at this point, there's a lot of things I would like to see for this as an entry. Like number one, if you're looking at this to continue going up, again, you wouldn't be wrong. You really wouldn't. It's just a question of how much are we gonna go, right? Like what's the breaking point for US 30 and the indexes in general? Like, what are the breaking points? Um, so I mean, if we zoom out here and we make this, at one point we were like, okay, this is gonna go down from here, and we were, right? It did it two, three. It did it 3.5 times. We won't count this as a full time, but it faked us out just as many times, right? One, two, three, four, five, and six is to where we're at now. So, you got to be patient, right? Be patient. Just follow structure. We'll be fine, right? So, and also just don't get trapped. So, this is especially yesterday. Like, I want to break down gold because I saw a lot of people take this trade yesterday. And it's not that it was a wrong trade, it was just the wrong time. A lot of people took this going short yesterday. At the times during Asia London, I was up, so I saw every trade everybody took, which was pretty funny. Um, like the number one thing was the fact that price gave us a wick down before it made this move up. That already gave me the indication we're not gonna go down, right? Like I already knew, like at this point, right? Anything that happened during the end of Asia, start of London, I knew that that wasn't gonna be what we were looking for. Um, so also the fact that we broke the high of the day with an engulfing green candle, I already knew what was gonna happen. So a lot of people took this short, which again, does the entry make sense technically? Because you're looking at a retest, right? Like you're looking at a retest of this zone. And you're also looking for the break of this high, which it never did, right? So then it gave us an engulfing green candle, right? Which is this one. Continued to break the high of the day, faked everybody out, thinking it was going to continue making higher highs, higher lows, but then as soon as it got to the high of the zone that we were in, it went down, right? So then goes to where we're at now. Again, created a double bottom, never broke the low of the day, broke the neckline. On top of the fact that it broke the neckline, it gave us this candle with no bottom wick, which again is just a gap in the market, right? So we know that price has to fill the gap here, right? And then we also have this one down here. Trying to see, did it fill it already with that wick? No, it didn't. And then we have this one up here. So at this point, we have the 800 EMA here. I'm not expecting price to come down, to be honest. But it would be ideal. But I'm not expecting price to come down, right? But it really all depends, right? It could, right? What we'll be looking for would just be the break of the zone of consolidation that we're in right now, which is break of this low. As you can see, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4 times that it failed to break below, and then we have the break of the high. So right now our trading zone is super small. Right, USD JPY is one that I still have in my books just because. Oh my bad, is this? Oh no, you already said that. Level 2 drop, we're trading between that high and this low. Hop on MT4 real quick. USD JPY, we're looking for price to go down. We had 3 months of rise. This month gave us a drop. Weekly, we have 3 weeks of drop. On the last month gave us a drop rise. So, or week, yeah, weekly. 1, 2. Right, so this week I'm expecting price to continue going down. Right, we have everything we need to know for this to continue going down. Right, number one's being these candles with no bottom wicks. Right, we have one there. We have another two here. We have another one here. I'm not gonna mark all of them, but we know where they're at. So, alright, another one down here. So now we have this. Now the only thing I don't like about this is what we have. What does this look like? To me, it looks like bullish flag post, right? Where price goes up, consolidates to like 23.6 and then goes up. Right, sometimes it's 32.8, sometimes it does 50%, but for the most part, that 23.6 is the sweet spot for the bullish flag posts. You know, for the people who trade that, I do my little research, right? And as you could tell, like, yeah, price, okay, it went down to the 50, but for the most part, price has been between the 23.6 to 38.2 area. So again, am I expecting price to go down? Right now, it really all depends. Like, it's really, come here. Come on, jump up. Come here. There you go. Good kitty. Hi, baby. Good morning. How'd you sleep? You're purring already? Wow. Dude, cats are so majestic. I need you to calm down. Are you good? She wanted to say hello. You okay? Okay. So that's my problem with UJ. And then again, especially the 800 EMA. Like, it's not, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where we kind of just gotta wait and see. Now I was about to start the cat dog fight. Dude, no. Now listen, like, the problem with dogs, bro, they you gotta have the personality to like dogs. You know what I mean? Like, not even to like dogs, like to own a dog, you gotta have the personality. Like, dogs are completely different than cats, right? Like, they're two different animals, obviously, but in the sense of like, you need to take the dog out. You need to. Like, I know it also depends, because I've seen dogs that are super chill, right? But like, for just to give my example why I rather have a cat than a dog. I'm not a super energetic person. Number one. Number two, I think it's mad annoying. Having a fucking dog that's just constantly needs attention, constantly needs you to do whatever, I can't. It's too much. Now cats, like, they meow when they're hungry. Like, hey, bro, that's it. For the most part, if they want attention, they'll just get on and they'll just jump on me. Chilling, just laying on my lap. If it was a dog, bro, the dog be licking my face, barking, fucking doing fucking flips for fucking 30 minutes. It's too much. Again, at least for me, it's too much. I can't. I'd rather have a cat. Cats are like girls. The more you ignore them, the more they will come. Yeah, that is true. That's also true. But I'm fine with that, you know, because it's a little cat. Like, I mean, you could get a small dog, but like, just put it into perspective. Like, a cat's relatively small. They don't weigh nothing. Like, okay, if they want to sit on your lap, whatever. They want to get on top, whatever, bro. Like, go ahead. And it's not like, cause it's not like they're gonna be on you for like how dogs they could stay on you for like 4 hours. Maximum this cat will stay on me was probably like an hour, maximum. But she's just chilling, like she'll just lay down. But then as soon as she's tired of you petting her or whatever, like, alright, I'm done. Get me out of here. Alright, so UJ, this is the breakdown pretty much. Um, we could even say this high, but I want to be right because this is the neckline of the double bottom. So we'll keep it with that, and then GJ. Do you have any other pairs that you're looking at? Because I don't have any pairs, to be honest with you. This is again, I don't know if you were here for the earlier stream, if you heard everything I was saying, but like pretty much like this month, the only trades we've taken, as you can see, like I'm still 5-0. We've been 5-0 since the first week of the month. Our first 5 trades were the first week of the month, Monday through Friday of the first week of the month. That's when we took our trade. We took 2 trades on a Monday or on a Tuesday, and then the rest were like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know what I mean? I think maybe we took 1 trade, if I'm not mistaken, like on the second week of the month. But for the most part, I haven't had anything to trade. Yesterday was GJ. GJ was really good yesterday. And this was the entry here, right? Aside from yesterday, that's it. There was no other trades in the last 2 weeks. For this week, I'm only looking at gold, and I doubt I'll be making trades. Yeah, well, I'll take a look at gold again now. I was just on it, but I'll take a look. But for the most part, like this week or just the rest of this month is gonna be just chilling. I'm just gonna. It's pretty much a waiting game because all the pairs are going opposite. Like they're all going counter. Nothing is really going the way of like. Look, she's already tired of me petting her. I'm not even touching you, bruh. And you're still purring. So it's like I don't get it. Like, are you annoyed? Do you like it? Do you want me to stop? Very complicated. You okay? Hmm? So kind of confined to stop myself from the addiction of trading. Yeah, no, it's definitely difficult. Um, I'm not gonna say recently, but one thing I had trouble with is being okay with not trading, right? Because and I get it. As somebody who wants to work, um, this is the way I see it, right? For a long time it was like, damn, if I don't take a trade, like the mindset was like, oh, if I don't take a trade, I'm not working. Like I have to take a trade today. I have to take a trade today, right? And it was kind of like one of those things where if I don't take a trade, I don't feel like I'm doing anything, right? But trading is a completely different job, right? Trading is a completely different, like, again, I say it all the time and I started saying it more recently than ever. It's like, bro, all you need is one trade. Realistically speaking, all you need is one really good trade. And the more I've been saying that, the more I've realized how true it is, right? And the higher account that I've been able to get, right, the more the the bigger increase in my lot size has made me really realize that, right? Like everybody tells you it, so you kind of just want to accept the truth, but you don't really see it or understand it until you do it yourself. And then that's when you really go like, holy shit, okay. And that's what happened to me. Like as soon as I took that one trade, what it's probably yeah, recently, like 5 months ago, on the first funded that I had, and I saw that I could make $1,000, $2,000 in one trade. Again, I'm not looking to be a millionaire. Now, it would be dope, right? That is the goal, is to be a millionaire. But am I looking to do that with trading, in the next 2 months? Like, no. That's gonna take me a few more years. Um, but I'm also not in a mindset where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make, today I'm gonna make 50,000, 100,000 in a trade. Like, nah, bro. Like, right now I'm trying to see like, can I cover all my costs every single time I trade? Can I cover my costs for the month? So like every time I trade, can I cover an expense or multiple expenses? That's really the goal right now. And then later when I have the bigger account size to think about, okay, can I make 50,000? That's a different story, but I'm kind of, I'm still in a little mindset. It's about the little games. Because I feel like also with me is I've been trying to move a little too fast in trading, which is, not, it was probably the beginning of the year was when I started making a lot more mistakes in my trading. So I started slowing it down a little bit. And obviously it's been amazing. So it's all about the bounce back. So I get what you're saying. It's, again, I wouldn't say it's an addiction, but it is. So I'm reading books that talk about greed of a human and how to deceive it. Yeah, no, greed will kill you. Just plain and simple in any business, just not only in trading, in life in general. Yeah, greed will, it'll make you make the wrong decisions, make you make mistakes. It's crazy. So that's good that you're reading about that. But yeah, man, it's, you know what's crazy too, like as a trader, you should always be like, all right, this is what I'm looking. This is why I don't trade going counter, right? Because imagine, this is just my personal decision, right? It's like if I had a problem just trading one way and I felt that kind of way that, oh, I'm not trading, I'm whatever, whatever. Imagine if you're trading both ways. So not only are you seeing that you're missing trades going up, but you're also missing trades going down. You're gonna start being like, damn, what the fuck am I doing wrong? You start blaming yourself. Now you should be blaming yourself, technically speaking, but as beginner traders, right? That shouldn't be your mindset. It shouldn't be like, oh, I'm missing out, I'm missing out. No, it's like, okay, what can I learn? Right? Like, what am I learning? What's easier to do? What can make my trading? It's all about also you quit working a regular 9 to 5, and everybody's like, oh, I want it to be easier. We'll use the word easier, but it's not the word I want to use, but we'll use that word. And then you start trading, but then you turn trading into something that's a lot harder. Number one, a lot harder than it should be because it's really not that difficult. But then you make it a lot harder than your actual job, and this is why a lot of people stop trading and go back to working, is because it gets to the point where you start doing too much and you start thinking that this is a lot harder than it should be. So if you simplify it, like, okay, if you only focus on the next 2 weeks or in the next month, right, on just trading with the actual trend of the market, of the flow of the market, and you only focus, like, for example, right now the flow is downtrend. If I only focus on downtrending until the market gives me a change of character and gives me uptrend, I'm only going to be focusing on downtrend until I get the uptrends. And it just makes it a lot easier. It makes it like, okay, it's going up, but that's not what I'm looking for. So did I miss anything? No, it's going counter. It's not my trade. Go on to the next one. Honestly, it's the uncontrolled emotions come into the trading play. Yeah, but that's also, it comes with time. With the rational mind, every trader can be profitable. That's true. That's the biggest key. Emotions is the biggest thing in trading, in my opinion. You like think about it. Every time before, like almost like a year ago now, every time I'll trade, every time I'll enter a trade, I dude, I'd have to go take a shit. As soon as I open a trade, I'm like, yo, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. Open, where do I got you? Let me So wait, so let me break down real quick. List the pairs that I need to look at. So, well, we'll start looking at gold too, even though gold kind of already did ADR, but I'm very confident this should go down. Or no, it's actually missing ADR by 200. So, if it breaks down here, we got 17 minutes. We'll look for those shorts. USD JPY, same situation as gold pretty much. Only difference with USD JPY and gold is the how many pips it looks like, right? The bullish flag post. But the fact that we're still here consolidating in a 32.8, 32.6, whatever the hell it is, 23.6, um that range, I still think this is gonna go up instead of going down. And then, damn, that's unexpected. What is? And then GJ, same situation pretty much. Only difference that this one went up, went right back down to our retest here. Gave us a change of character here. So I do think that we're gonna go up with GJ. But I'll wait it out for this. If we break above. Shitting, oh yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, every single time. Every single time I'll take a trade, I'll have to go back to the bathroom. Like, alright guys, I'll be back. But it also doesn't work. Or it doesn't help that that's TMI, never mind. Alright, what's today's Tuesday, 5-letter word. What are we feeling? We're feeling hyper, right? Alright. Letter H, letter E is the fourth letter. Anxiety, my hype up, yep. No, that's exactly what I got. It's my anxiety. And that's the thing, like as soon as I that's something that I've been working on for a few years now. And I still like since high school. It's better now. I don't get too much anxiety, but I definitely still have it. But it's a mind game too. Like I've noticed that like every look, once you go into life just accepting, you gotta have two different mindsets, right? Like it's if you put yourself in a mindset accepting the fact that everybody has the same problems, not like the same personal problems, talking about like everybody suffers from anxiety. Like think about it. Really think about it. Everyone does. It's just how you, exactly. It's just how you react to it and how you put yourself into that situation, right? And the way that I started realizing that was like think about it. Everybody has stage fright at one point in their life. It's just about how do you overcome it? Like how do you overcome stage fright, public speaking, anything that has to do with that, right? You know that anxiety feeling when your stomach start hurting, you think you're gonna get on stage, you're not gonna be able to talk, your fucking ears start popping, like that's real shit because that happened to me before. But it's just about, you know, are you just fucking do it? Everybody else got to do it, just do it, right? It's one of those mindsets. It's another mindset of like, you know, just regular anxiety going anywhere, like going out and being like nervous to go out. It's like, dude, you have fucking 10,000 other people. Just do it. Like it's just about doing it. It's just about okay, you might feel this way, yeah, but there's 100 other people feeling the exact same way. It's just about how do you overcome it? Like how do you separate yourself from that feeling? So the more that I started realizing that, it's the more like I don't care anymore. Like, it used to be a problem for me a long time ago, like a long time ago, I'm gonna say like high school. I used to hate going out to eat and going alone. Like I hated going into a restaurant or anywhere by myself. Like if I were to go like to eat, for example, if you go out to eat, I hated sitting by myself. Just going to a restaurant by myself to eat by myself, that's kind of, you know what I mean? If you think about it, you're like, oh, it's kind of weird, but like, it's not. It's just you're putting yourself in that fucking situation. Fuck, I don't know what you're asking the question to. Talk too much. I don't know how much the delay is too. I feel like there's like a 5 to 10 second delay, so I don't know what you're saying. Why to? If you're saying why to sitting alone is, I don't know, anxiety, bro. Sitting alone in a go into a McDonald's and just sit down. Hell no. Go eat that shit in my car. What's the word? Eating by yourself in a restaurant is the best. See, like now, yeah, now I agree. But before, I'd be like, nah. I don't know how you could do that. But yeah, it's pretty much the same. So it's the same as trading. Like when you're trading, you just kind of gotta get in that mindset of, you know, take away the money aspect of it. Anytime you take a trade, just take the money aspect out. Just think about like, okay, this is what I've been studying. It's an entry that I know is gonna work, and just do what you gotta do. It's all a part of the game too, man. Losing is part of the game until it's not. But right now, it's as beginner traders, as long as you have a good risk management and your RR is good, you win one trade, you're winning 60, 40, 50 pips. You lose one trade, you're losing 5 to 10 pips. You're still in profit. right? Like you still gotta fuck up 4 times, right? You gotta lose another 4 trades in a row in order to lose 100% of your profits. Just think about it like that. Alright, so alright, so let's do this Wordle real quick before 7. So we got the letter H somewhere in the word and letter E in the fourth place. No P, no Y, no E. Or no P, no R, no Y. Um, I just kind of want to throw words out there. Okay. So WH. Um, yo, what the fuck is this word? WHEL? Oh, wheel, bro. Yeah, I had to type it out in the chat. Look, this is what I did. I just sent it. And as soon as as soon as I like spelt it out like that, I was like, oh yeah, wheel. And then you typed it. I was like, yo, what the fuck is that word? Yeah, it is wheel. All right, cool. See, Miami-Dade police just. That's crazy. The fucking police officer that the fucking police officer yesterday that shot himself right in the fucking head on his way. Like they were at a convention. He left with his wife. They were arguing. Supposedly, like this is the story. They were arguing in the car, and he pulled over. And hold on. Yeah, there was this officer yesterday. He came out of a convention. Like a police convention, and he was with his wife. The story is that they were arguing in the car. They were in the highway. He just pulled over. He shot himself in the head. Fucking police officer. So only, dude, like, this is another reason why, like, I've said it as well. But like, before you get in a relationship, you have to be able to be like, you have to like yourself before you get in a relationship, yo. Like, yo, like, I don't wanna, I don't wanna be that guy, cause I really don't care, and I know people are gonna feel some type of way, but it's like, dude, you're in a fucking relationship, guy or girl, don't matter. Yo, you get hit by anybody. You get hit in your relationship, again, whether you're a guy or a girl, doesn't matter. There's no way you love yourself enough. There's no way you love yourself at all if you're still in that relationship. There's just no way. So again, like, what are the only reason a guy wants to shoot himself? Because he's getting a divorce, whatever the fuck the case is. It's like, dude, you like, dude, hello, like, dude, there's so many other fucking women who look the same. Just fucking go for somebody else. It's like, dude, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. Like, dude, okay, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. Again, mental health, everything that we were just talking about earlier, it just ties down to this, right? It's crazy, bro. It's a crazy ass world we live in. It's crazy. Like, not crazy and like, oh, you're crazy, go to a mental asylum. Like, yeah, kind of, but like, not in a fucked up way. It's just weird, bro. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm happy that I've gone through in my life when it comes to, yeah, pretty much everything. Cause the mindset I carry is super like, it's not black and white, but it's definitely like, you talk to me and you're like, yeah, this guy's different. Like, he knows what he's kind of saying. A little bit, not a lot. There's good looking chicks in every other town. Personality varies, but they are. Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, number one is number one, right? Like, personality is a big thing, right? But the thing is this, where ego and pride gets in the way. Thanks to the government, we don't have mental asylums, and a lot of people in need are roaming outside. Yeah, bro, that's a problem. Like, it sucks, right? Like, it's a real thing. Right, like, I know I sounded like I was being disrespectful when I wasn't, I promise. It's because it's a real thing. Like, people definitely need help, because I believe that we're all capable of being able to help, ourselves. Um, but the issue is that not everybody has the tools or the knowledge or the wisdom to be able to get themselves out of a situation, whether that's a physical situation or a mental situation. Because again, like, I could sit here and we could talk about, the only thing I can't talk about is depression. That's the only thing I can't talk about because I've never dealt with that. Like, personally, I've never dealt with. I have friends who have, supposedly. I have a lot of friends who supposedly, deal with that. And I say supposedly because again, I don't get it. I really don't. Like, I understand. It's all about the chemical imbalances, and I understand like with girls is a little bit different because, they're going through a whole different, right? Like, depression in women is completely different than depression in guys, right? Like, especially women who have a lot of problems, with their hormones. Like, all of that shit plays, a role in it. And because of that, I don't really like talking about depression because again, I don't understand it. I really don't. Like, it's crazy. That shit's wild to me. Um, but when it comes to the other ones that are a little bit more common, like, the anxiety and anger issues and a lot of that other shits, like, I've dealt with it personally. So it's like, dude, we could get over it. Definitely can. We could do it all by ourselves. It's just about, are you putting yourself in a situation, like, why? This guy pisses you off. This person just pisses you off. But why the fuck are you still around them? Right? It's all about your surroundings. Like, if and the like, there's a lot. I'm not gonna get into it, but it's like, dude, if you just gotta be able to know yourself, right? Like, this gives you anxiety, or why does it give you anxiety? Like, really dissect it and try to work on it, right? It's the same thing. Like, again, I can't say depression, but it's like the same shit with the anger issues. Like, okay, cool. Like, you're angry all the time. Why? Start breaking it down. Is it something that you could control? Is it something that you could get rid of? It definitely is. 'Cause trust me, I used to be in fucking 13, 14, 15 until I was like 16ish, early 16, where I was like, dude, every day I was going to school fighting everybody. You looked at me differently, and I'm fighting you. Yeah, like, there was no every single day when I was young. Every single day. I'm still young, but when I was younger, um, dude, fighting everybody in school. Until one day, it just self-realization. I was like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? And then that's when I like, okay, this pisses me off. What am I gonna do to not like? If I knew this teacher pissed me off, or why is this teacher pissing me off? Okay, it was because of me. Like, I was being a fucking dumbass, kid, being annoying as hell, not doing any work. And then I'm like, okay, if this teacher is pissing me off, why is she pissing me off? Is it something that I'm doing? Yes. Okay, so I had to switch my attitude. Like, I had to stop being a fucking degenerate in school and just focus up. And that's what I did. Like, that's really all it is. Truth is attraction, not negotiable. Lack of common sense, no point in convincing them, they bring it on themselves. Yeah, exactly. And also just common sense, that is big. But common sense isn't as common as we think. Not everybody has it. That's another thing, right? Like, you think that, you know, just put it in perspective, something simple, right? Like, common sense, water is wet, but people, ooh, water's not wet. You don't get wet for water, okay? Yeah, no, that's not a really good example, but it's something that has happened as one of the most recent things that I said, okay, dude, who can I really talk to at this point? Um, like, 2 plus 2 is 4, but if somebody grew up, and every day people were telling them like, no, 2 plus 2 is fucking 5, or whatever the case is, they're gonna believe that 2 plus 2 is 5, right? Like, if something simple, bro, like, you got bit by an alligator once, you know not to do that again. But people go right back and do that shit all over again. There's a lot of things, man. Again, it's a mental game. Life is a mental game. It's like, how do you get yourself out of the situations, or how do you get yourself in situations? But there's a lot to learn, man. There's a lot to learn. Trust me. Like, in trading, or just in life in general. We don't even gotta talk about trading, but life in general, it's gonna take a minute to learn everything. And it's at a point where you learn one thing and you think that that's what you really need. Like, right now, you think you're trading. Just to give you the example, I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just gonna give you the example. It's like, you know, in trading, you think that the only thing you're missing is all the anxiety, right? And I don't even, well, whatever. I'll just use you as the example, right? But then a month into trading, after you deal with your anxiety, you're gonna find something else. And then after you deal with that, you're gonna find something else, and you're gonna find something else, and you're gonna find something else. Um, I don't believe that there's ever just one thing. It's just everything in general. Like, there's so much to trading that you have to be able to be like, okay, because the first thing is discipline. Like, are you waking up before market opens, before the session starts? Are you marking your charts? That's the number one, is discipline. Now, once you fix your discipline, you think, oh, look, I could be a trader now. I'm disciplined. But then something else pops up, and you're like, oh shit, it's my anxiety. I'm nervous to enter trades. I'm nervous to, right? Because it's all dissectable. Because right now, you know, um, the discipline is number one, because the discipline is what's gonna sit you down on your computer, right? But then comes the greed, then comes the anxiety, because then it's like, okay, you showed up, but now you're entering trades, right? When you enter trades, are you looking at what you're looking for? Are you really looking at that? Are you waiting for things to happen? Like, there's always one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, until you get to that point where you've dealt with everything. And some people deal with them faster, some people don't feel them at all, some people, you know, could still do it. It all depends on who you are and how you do it. That's why I always tell people, like, don't get married to one thing, right? Just keep an open mind on every single pair. Keep a mind on different strategies that can help you redefine what you already know. Like, trying to it's a trading is easy. Trading is super easy, but it's the process that makes it more difficult, right? It's every since everybody is so different, everybody has different personalities. Like, there's another thing. Like, if you can't work on your discipline, and you can't work on your need to enter a trade, and, oh, I need money right now, right? For the most part, those are the people who are trading one to ones, who are scalping. And again, it's a strategy that works. If you could perfect that and that's your trading style, good on you, right? Then you have other traders who are swing traders who have discipline, who have, you know, um, they don't feel the need to trade every single day. They swing trade. They have one trade open for 3 weeks. But again, that's a different strategy. There's a lot of strategies in trading. It's just about finding the one that works for you the best. Okay, so look, we had the 30-minute break here. Boom. We have a pullback down to the bottom, which you can see price is kind of accelerated right now. We have 30 minutes for Sydney open or close 7:30. Right? I'm not wrong on that. Um, at this point, I just want to see a little retest to the top side on gold. UJ, we're still chilling, and GJ, we're still chilling, still in the middle. Want to see a break above or a break below. Um, and then indexes, I'm not trading today. I'm not trading this today. But that's pretty much like for me. I'm not really gonna be looking for anything crazy. Um, Again, it might be another one of those weeks where I'm not trading. Like what I was saying, like we started off the week every single day that were easy. I'm not saying there's no easy trades, right? Like I'm looking at USD CAD, we just broke the high of the day. There's a little retest. It could fucking continue going up. But it's nothing that when I'm looking at these pairs, like what am I looking at for like being a comfortable trade? It's like, for example, number one thing, let's look at the news. We don't really have anything crazy until 10 a.m., right? And then if we notice, we have news at 9:30 p.m. and tomorrow we have FOMC at 2 p.m. and then Thursday we have another high impact at 8:30. Like if you look at what times the news are and what we're trading right now, like we have so much going on at the end of the month, the last week of the month, right? Like for example, AUD pairs already today. I already know that AUD pairs are chalked for now until we get this news hit until tonight. Um, and then it's pretty much the same thing for USD. Like right now, I'm not expecting USD to move anywhere until 10 p.m. Like 9:30, 10 p.m., 10:15 is when we'll see it move. And then tomorrow, I'm not expecting USD to move during NYC session. I'm expecting it to move at 2 p.m. So again, me personally, I already know that this week is gonna be super slow. We took one. I gotta switch that. We're 6-0. If we take a trade, it's gonna be a super quick trade, in and out. I'm not gonna fuck with that news. Um, and this month was really a test for us, for me, I guess. Right? It was like, again, we took all these trades in the beginning of the month, really good, and then I didn't have anything else for the rest of the month. Nothing else. There hasn't been any trade I've missed. I will say this: out of all the pairs, the ones that I remember from the top of my head is USD ZAR. USD ZAR last week gave a really, 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 really beautiful entry. Um, and I missed it, completely missed it. So, and it's just part of the game. It's part of the game. You're gonna have days where you miss trades, right? Where you just completely miss the entry, and then you have days where you don't miss a trade and you get exactly what you need to do. So it's one of those things you just gotta be patient. So I've come to dislike trading news. Yeah, the thing with me is that I've learned to not trade news. Like I learned not to trade news, right? Like that was the first thing I learned in trading. So I never traded news. Um, I don't like trading news though. Like it doesn't make sense, right? Like if you go and you really look at the news, like number one, before you news, spreads are crazy. That's number one. Um, Number two, if you're trading news and you enter and you have a close stop loss or a close take profit, there's a 90% chance that it won't be triggered. If you trade news and you're one of those news traders that just places buy stops and sell limits, again, there's a 90% chance that it won't be triggered. There's a 90% chance that when it triggers, it's gonna trigger far from wherever you actually placed it. It'll open somewhere else. Like there's so much things that could go wrong during news that I just there's no point. There's no point in trading. There's no point in trading that. So it's just again that's my personal opinion. Just how that's my experience with trading news. Like there'll be some news days where I'll take the trade or I'll take a trade, but that's only if it looks picture perfect. Like the last time I traded news and was successful, which was the last time I traded news, was USD CAD a few weeks ago. It was like one of those days where price went up like crazy. Um, I think it was this one. It might have been this one because I have this written down here. Yeah, it might have been this one here. Like everything was picture perfect, and this was that one trade that I. When was this? The sixth of yeah. This was the trade. This was one of the first trades we took on the. This is the first week of the month. Yeah, USD CAD. This is exactly what the trade was in a lower time frame. What the fuck happened? Where am I? No. Okay. In a lower time frame is what we're looking for, waiting for price to go up. As soon as it broke above, that was the entry. And then news came in and then just fucking completely slapped everything. Went up, waited for that third day got a new high. So, but but again, for the most part, yeah, I don't trade news. I don't trade none of that. It only has to be a really close friend of mine for me to sit down and convince them out of something really obvious and stupid because they're ready to change and set perspectives. Yeah, I've tried that with a lot of my friends. That shit don't work. Even close family members, like it's one of those things where I'm a believer that the only person who could really change somebody is themselves. Like it's the same thing with like a drug addict, right? It's super simple mindset. It's if if you go and you tell your friend like, yo, you have a problem, two things could happen. No, I don't have a fucking problem. You're the problem, right? Or they could be like, yeah, I know. That's it, right? Like they know something is killing them. They know they're not supposed to be doing what they're doing. But if they don't find it within themselves to be like, hey, I have a problem, let me make a switch, they won't make the switch. They won't do anything about it. So it's one of those things where you could try to help as much as you can, but if they personally don't want the help or they're not ready to change, nothing's gonna happen. The first couple days, the first couple weeks, it might look like they're really changing, but that's just motivation. That's just motivation. But motivation dies down. That's why you can't do stuff out of motivation. You can't do stuff out of passion because at one point that's gonna run out. And then what happens when you no longer feel the passion and the motivation? You're just not gonna do anything. So that's another thing. That's why I don't like telling people like, "Oh, I'm super passionate about this" or "I'm super motivated." Like, nah, I'm doing what I gotta do. You know what I mean? Like you think I want to wake up at 4 in the morning? You think I want to wake up at 5 in the morning? Like, no. You think I have the motivation to wake up every single day at 5 in the morning? Yeah, like trading is fun. Trading is dope. The opportunities it gives you is amazing. But it's human psychology is human psychology. Like that's why like if you really realize like just think back of the days, I'll give an example of myself is like thinking back of the days where, you know, you don't need an alarm to wake you up. That's motivation, right? But then there's the days where you don't wake up without an alarm. It's the days that you wake up with an alarm. Are you gonna be like, oh, I want to go back to bed and just lay back down, or are you just gonna be like, all right, let's go do what we gotta do? You know what I mean? Understand your take. They need more of discipline than motivation. Yeah, I mean, ties down to what we were saying earlier. Like discipline is key. Discipline is the number one thing in life. Without it, you are chopped. If you're a person with no discipline, you're not gonna be able to do anything in life. You might, I mean, you could do little things. So notice how they like gold just every time it breaks. I don't know. This is why I just don't like trading gold, man. It's just so fucking stupid. It's not stupid because I understand market. Like yo, structure is super clean. Like you could as soon as price broke here, we could have gotten in. Boom. Right. Straight into profit. Straight into T. Like TP was already hit. This was what less than 30 minutes. It was a 13-minute trade. A 13-minute trade for 500 for 50 pips. So gold is already done. It did the move that it needed to do already. And then now we could expect this to go up now. UJ, I'm not looking for this to go up, so I'm not going to be trading that going counter either. TJ. That's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have any other trades for the day. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, gold was just a missed opportunity. I mean, like, dude, I don't really like trading gold, so I don't see it that way for me personally yet as a missed opportunity because I'm still learning how to trade it. But for the most part, like something I've noticed, regular forex pairs they'll give you a break and a clean retest, but for the most part, gold, like if gold breaks, it's just gonna drive every single time. Every single time gold breaks, it drives. Like here, right? Gold broke, drive. Right here, it didn't drive. Here, it broke, retested, but it wasn't really a clean break. If we go to this day, right? If we go to this day, gold broke and drove. It never gave a retest, like a clean retest. If we go down to this day, right? This one gave us a retest. It broke, retest, continued. This one drove the entire day, like there was no real clean retest the day of the news. So it's like, again, this one just drove green candles all the way to the top. This one drove red candles to the bottom. So missed opportunities that I seen. No, I was just saying for what I was saying earlier about like missed opportunities in the market. What I was talking about earlier. Like the mindset of if you put yourself in a situation where you know tell yourself, oh, like you're missing opportunities, that's when the anxiety and all of that starts popping up. So I was just giving that example. But you can see gold is moving exactly where we needed to. Like we had again that gap here, we have another gap down here, we have another gap down here. So we already know price is gonna go down. It's just catching the right entry. Um, but yeah, like no, I don't really trade gold. So I'm still, like you see that I haven't marked and everything. I'm still looking at it every single day, but I've yet to like I'm not comfortable taking gold trades yet since I've never really looked at gold. This is my first. Last month was June was the first time that I started looking at gold. So I don't think we've taken a gold trade yet, right? I think we have. I think we maybe took one gold trade. I'll have to go back and look at that. But yeah, so I'm gonna start trading gold though. It's an easy pair and it pays out really well. Same with USDZAR, you don't take. Yeah, and the problem with USDZAR, I've been looking at USDZAR for a long time. Like a very very long time. The problem with USDZAR is that it's an overnight pair. Like if just to put it in perspective, like USDZAR for you to catch a USDZAR trade during NYC, you'll probably like 2 out of 10 times you'll see this in a month, maybe 2 out of 10 times you'll see a clean entry during NYC. But is what I was saying, like USDZAR gave a really really good entry a couple like probably like a week or two ago, but the entry was given at like 2 in the morning, and it was what I was looking for. Like it was a damn. I wish I remembered what day it was. Um, I don't remember what day it was, but it was like, bro, the entry was super clean. Like it was 100% entry, 100% exit. Like super nice, super good entry. Um, but I didn't take it. I didn't. Well, I didn't take it because again, it was quote unquote a missed opportunity, but it was just the entry was given during Asia session. So yeah, for the most part, I don't really trade USDZAR though. USDZAR use it as a correlation to the indexes, US 30 and S&P and NAS. Because if you notice, like USDZAR, if it goes down, like if you go and we look at yesterday, right? USDR goes down, we know that US 30 and S&P are gonna go up. That's something that I've been able to realize with these pairs. So for the most part right now, like, I would love to trade USDR, but recently I've only used it to know like where I'm at on other pairs. But it is a pair that you're supposed to be trading during Asia London. So we'll be back in a while. You're good, bro. I might just turn the stream off. There's really nothing else to look for. Um, but all good. I'll be live again tonight. I'll be live again for the rest of the week in the morning and at night. So we'll do a Asia session analysis and we'll do a NYC live trading. But I appreciate you being here, my brother. I'll see you. Well, I'll probably just see you tomorrow morning because I know that you're ahead of me in time, so you probably won't be here during the Asia session. All right, bro. See you later.